How are you, everybody? So today what we're doing is we're gonna talk about last year, November or October Lock City event. There was a 2-day event, and I did post it on the YouTube my channel. If you want, you can take a look on that. But I had issue with my gas pedal getting stuck. So basically, my car was self-driving itself, and I'm like, what the hell, right? So we find the issue. My throttle body, the plate was basically loose. So we tightened it, and it worked perfect for one day. And next day on Saturday event, after like noontime hit, and they start doing that again. And I totally forgot about it. I never worked on the car for almost whole year until like this March, and just realized that we have an event coming up on March 18th. And we did prep a little bit. I thought I was all set, but just, I'm like, oh, I totally forgot about this issue. So I just called in Joe. You guys probably met last year on my YouTube channel, but he's coming to my house. We are working on the car today together. You guys are gonna see how we do that today. Alright, so
a lot of fuel.
We got these off.
Whoa, look at that.
Out the play, right?
She's loose again.
Yeah, so as you can see, it's very loose. So
There's your throttle issue.
yeah, I definitely did that last year. So we tried to start the car and tried to recreate the problem. Obviously it didn't, but good thing we just took it out, because that's the problem right there, just loose.
So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna pull this clamp. Well, I'm gonna just drop all this whole assembly here.
Yep.
Maybe just hold it out of the way. I was zip tied or something.
Alright. Yep.
So we're gonna square this throttle plate up, and then we're gonna lock.
So we got Joe here again to help
back
me
again.
out. Yeah.
Hi. So we're gonna square this throttle plate up, center in its bore, and clean the throttle body while I'm at it.
That's black because it's just running rich, or?
Yeah,
Because I'm pretty sure we cleaned that too before.
It could be. It could be anything from excess fuel to.
Yeah.
Oh, that's oil. Probably sucking it from somewhere. But you can see the throttle plate
It's definitely loose. Yeah.
shifting in its bore. So
Yeah.
as he's romping on the throttle going on the track, it's shifting, and then when he comes down from throttle, it gets stuck, and it gets stuck partially open. So that gap allows air, which increases the idle, and then it comes off as having an issue. So what we're gonna do, it feels like just one of these screws came loose. It's pivoting. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna square this bore up entirely. And then one by one, we're gonna Loctite those screws and lock them in place.
Sounds like a plan. So Joe, what happened on this? So we finally figure out what the problem is.
So, I don't know if this is hardware failure or what, but this screw here keeps coming loose. So it's pivoting on this screw. Right? That's what I was feeling when I was in there. I've gone ahead and loosened both. Our intention was to bottom this out, square the plate up in the bore, remove the hardware, Loctite the hardware, put the hardware back in. This screw came out. This screw just keeps spinning. So not sure what the deal is, but the threads on this are jacked up, so it's not staying tight, and as a result, it's causing this throttle body plate to get stuck in the bore as he's closing throttle, which keeps his RPMs up. So we're going to take this out, and I'm going to see what the threads look like, and if it's possible, we're going to send another piece of hardware in there, potentially permanently, and we're going to square this one up and lock it in.
I never need to take that thing off anyway, right? So as long as it's in there.
Yeah, well, as long as it's in there and it doesn't cause any kind of issue.
This actually definitely very, very makes sense, because last year on last event, it was a 2-day event, right?
Yeah.
And then we fixed it because we tightened the bolt. But next day it came back on the problem. So that bolt was stripped. So it was stripped, so it just never really got tightened, really. So that really explains. I wish I did this earlier, so I would 100% order a new one and make our life easy. But next week is drift event, so we're gonna do what we gotta do.
We're gonna grind now and get it done.
Of course, it's a last minute thing, right?
Yeah, of course. And with losing anything inside of your intake, that's fucked up.
So we decided to take the whole part out just so that it's easier to work with outside. So that's what we're doing now. Get this thing off. I almost decided to buy a new one, just pack it and go, but I didn't. So I was hoping it was a goddamn easy screw loose problem, but
Well,
I should have, I guess. But
And what's the worst I do is I machine you a new screw head or we put a button cap screw on it.
oh, we gotta do what we gotta do with what we got, so that's what we're doing now.
Yeah. The marks from where it had its spread.
Yeah.
There and there. This is where it was shifting. And get it to do. Here we go.
Yeah, you can definitely see that thing
It's,
shifting.
it's almost doing it.
Yeah.
Alright, so. Oh yeah, look.
Yeah, that's definitely auto play. You shouldn't be.
Yeah, that's not it's odd for a 90 mil. Alright,
Well,
so
apparently I blew that
this screw,
thread.
yeah, this screw is the screw not compliant.
So what
here.
if we like? How do we fix that?
Either we find some screws like this, machine screws like this, and then get this to come out. We'll clean the thread and put another machine screw in it, or
Bolt and nut?
Yeah.
Can you do bolt and nut or no?
wait a minute. Oh, I found something.
Cause I know for sure I don't have that kind of bolt laying. I know that's 100%.
Hang on. Can you get this flashlight? Maybe I found a crack somewhere.
Oui.
Oh, look what I'm seeing. That looks like it cracked.
Where?
There's, that either that's.
Oh yeah.
Do you see in the silver rod?
Like this one.
No, the shaft in the center.
Oh yeah.
Offset. There's a line that goes across. I can't tell if that's a scratch or a crack.
That look like scratch. I can't tell too. Actually.
It's a scratch. All right,
Yeah.
let's get a.
Yeah, it looked like a crack.
Yeah,
for a second
that
there.
had me worried for a second. Yeah. You might want to grab a Snickers. We're not going anywhere for a while.
Okay. Alright, so how are we looking over here?
All right, so we've dremeled off the screw heads, right,
Yeah.
as cleanly as possible.
Still can't
you know.
believe it's actually stripped out, but
Yeah, I think the thread just gave out from the pressure of it clamping together.
that's what happened when I make 500 horsepower and it's going crazy, I guess.
You know what I think it is though, really, is probably just, in my opinion, the hardware choice for the brand.
Yeah.
I think QA needs to like take a step back and maybe think about using something different.
Yeah, it literally blew out and it's not even old, so
No, it's just brand new.
yeah.
So
So
what we're gonna do is we're gonna extract the shanks from the back and clamp on them, twist them out, clean the threads, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use a higher grade Allen cap screw here.
Amazing. Let's get it.
Look as planned. We're gonna
Get
extract
that thing from the back,
extract the shanks from the back.
which seem to be working.
Okay. Yeah, plenty of space there. Just double check and make sure this one moves too. Before I get ahead of myself. Which it seems like it's gonna. Yeah, that's a good thing.
Nice.
Just give it some finesse and work these out little by little so we don't break anything.
That's great.
And
I can't believe I had that nice Allen bolt too. Where the hell you find that? I'm glad you found it.
You had them in this
Oh,
bottom
yeah.
drawer here. You had a couple of mixed sizes. I figured why not? Let's go for broken.
I guess someone did a good job, like, you know, preparing for a drift event. So. Good job, Yuki, for that.
My man went shopping.
Right? Like, I'm a guy that, like, literally buy all spare.
You got to work them out little by little so you don't A, snap these in their hole, and B, take unnecessary amount of thread with it.
Yeah,
So just little by slow.
Yeah, you're right. This little snap tacker, that sounds like a nightmare.
Doesn't matter if we damage the thread on the outside of it now that it's out, but
Yeah.
taking it out slow from the inside is probably the biggest key step here. And then we can cross match and see what kind of threads we have here. We'll fit this, and if we have to drill it out and actually tap it, we do that, but we can do it cleanly, and that's the important part.
Nice.
Couple turns here, looking like this is coming out. Okay. And there you are. There's one broken screw.
There's one winner.
And you can see where the thread stretched right there.
Yeah, that's that. Like, kind of trying to get focus, but it is definitely stripped.
good news. The thread looks immaculate on the shaft here.
Okay, that's good.
That's great.
So basically the bolt just gave out.
Yeah, basically.
Unfortunately, we're not gonna find the same bolt pattern. We're gonna.
I mean, it's very likely. It's very likely we can use the OEM ones from that 25 over there.
Right. Yeah, which I just brought this, but that ain't gonna really help us in the bolts. So let's see what we can do. If you take that bolt, does it gonna come off? Like the whole plate come out? Or?
It'll be able to slide out. Yeah. So I'm gonna clean it and take all the metal shavings out and prep it properly. Yeah. With any luck, those two screws in the 25 manifold might be a dead match to what we have here. So
it looked a little smaller on that one actually.
And I've never had a case of OEM throttle plate screws coming apart and overrun. So
Until you even mentioned it last year on the event, I didn't even think that thing was a problem.
No, it's
like I never even thought to like look. So that.
And then we
the strip bolt finally came nice and easy.
Yep. And then out comes the plate.
We're gonna take out the plates and clean them out.
Wow. Okay. Plate stuck. Okay.
Oh, there it is.
Ta-da.
It came out.
Alright.
At least the actual housing doesn't look like a problem. So.
No, just shine in there real quick. That thread looks good over here.
So,
in a rapid turn of events at Yuki's garage, I've come across the right thread pitch hardware
that goes in there.
Yeah, so now I'm just looking for the right length so I don't have to cut anything, which would be great. We're 1-for-0 right now, so I'm thinking I may have to end up trimming.
Yeah. Well, what if it's too long? Is that gonna be a problem?
I don't want it to become a problem. If it is, if any threat, I doubt it would be. It's the overthinking in me, but you know, I'm striving for a professional product here.
Yes.
At least we have two match grade here. So what's the worst that I do is I thread them all the way through with the nut on the back and Loctite it and then tack weld it in place so it never comes off.
Yeah.
Now we're just going to do a thread check, make sure that the thread in.
That's crazy.
Look at
I didn't even have to go to the store. It literally have the same stuff.
Yeah, and this
Good
seems like a better grade of hardware too. I mean, you were using Phillips screws.
Yeah.
I'd rather see you use cap hardware anyway.
Great. So we're gonna make sure it locked tight so it never get loose, it never blew up again.
Yeah, that's the golden plan here. Let's just make sure this threads. Look at that. Perfect.
Perfect. I'm glad I had the bolts. This is why you when you guys have a chance or something, just buy stuff like
Always
this.
stock
Look,
up
look,
on hardware.
look how many goddamn clamp I have because everybody ask at the truck, come and see me. You can have some clamp.
10 hardware. And this guy's doing it all.
Right? That's what I'm trying to do.
Let this be a lesson all the stock up on hardware. Shit
like to be honest, I get it. Like, if you break something, you want to be out there and driving. No, gotta go AutoZone or O'Reilly or let's try to have everything here.
Like this.
Very smooth, like unlike earlier.
Yeah. And just the act of finessing it in. Not that I have any, because I definitely don't. Oh, all right, yeah.
Was it the other way?
Mistakes were made.
Yeah. How can you tell, by the way?
It's egg shaped.
Oh. Yeah, I think that's how we had it too.
Yeah.
Because when I was looking at it, the 90 was like upside down. So
Yeah, which I found odd.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it came. I didn't take it out, so.
That's how they drilled it, and that's how they drilled it, which means they didn't bother to look to see if it was facing right, because the title's up here and then it's reading upside down. Yeah. So shout out to ISR for a really shitty QA process.
Right.
All right, so size test it first. Okay.
Oh, it fits.
It does. That's nice. Okay. Okay, let's find the right size Allen head. And then it's gonna eat its worth in fucking Loctite, and we're gonna call this a day.
Yeah.
Right, so now we have our finished product here. Let's see.
Let's see.
So 2 button cap screws, Allen style,
just like
right?
like supposed
How
to,
it
or
should
even
be.
actually better because we use a better hardware.
Right, how it should be with a bit of great hardware, right? It's been Loctited in place. The plate's been Loctited to the shaft.
As you can see, we can have
hardware's been Loctited in.
So you will be
have
there.
a smooth and fluid motion. Perfect.
Perfect.
And then we went ahead and cut the shanks in the back of the screws to be the exact same size as the last ones that were on there, just to mitigate any issues. We're just going to give it a good cleaning once over. We're going to apply some petroleum jelly to the O-ring that's on this to seal it up properly. Torque the throttle body on, set the cable, and we're good to go.
Oh, can't believe it. This is happening in all same day, not even like
this
same 2 hours, I should say.
2 hours. This whole thing happened in an hour's time.
It is crazy. Like me having a right bolt, having a right tools.
What are the odds? But that just goes to show you being prepared in your shop is literally half the battle to fixing anything.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, like so when I have a shop, I'll have every hardware really. You know, right now I don't, but you know I'll have it. So like I remember, like you know, going to the shop and buying something is a waste of time. You know.
Go and call my guys at Granger and we'll set up a stock.
Right. Yeah. Oh. At least I had that, so.
Excellent. All right, so let's go ahead and get this put back on.
Nice.
Yellow.
Get the bolts on all the way around. And then the bottom bolt was loose, so finally, good thing we take it off, you know? Well, next time, if this was gonna be a problem, I know I'm just buying a new throttle body. Like the guy that on the ISL, I emailed them. They're like, oh, nobody ever buy their parts. Guess what? If we didn't have the right tools or whatever, I needed to buy that one new because
no one buys these throttle bodies.
But I broke it, and you know what? I don't think I make a lot of horsepower. Like this should be like 500 horsepower easy. You know, people go higher than that. So with that big size,
you got to think too. Like when we went through your car, how many vacuum leaks did you have? You know?
Yeah.
Like how many little things added up to a lot of things that were wrong. You were making 3 change horsepower with a fucking open vacuum leak on your ECU, and then you're making close to 5 now.
Yeah.
On just all it took was us going through it and making sure the car was prepped properly.
Yeah. So we're gonna put that back, and then we're gonna find out if we actually fixed the problem. Alright, we are finishing up here. We're gonna go start the car in a second once I connected the oil catch can line. And
you got something unplugged here?
No, that's just like that.
Oh, just random ground?
Yeah, just shady.
It's for luck.
Yeah, right.
It's for luck. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the catch can.
So one of the days, speaking of that, Joe, we gotta figure out. So it used to be fan used to came on when it hit like a certain temperature.
Is the fan still not doing its thing?
No. So
it's back to doing the same.
Yeah, that's why like when I connect the battery, it's always on, which I need to be on rather than not on. So I just do that straight away right now. Yeah, we gotta figure it out.
Yeah, you need proper wiring for this thing. None of this, no more of this hack shit.
Right.
May as well just drop it off to my shop so I can rewire the whole car. Honestly.
Yeah. Right. Well, we can do it once I have my shop up.
Yeah.
More comfortable that way, especially. Or like, I really need this warm weather to come back, so that way.
Yeah. How many times we've had a couple of good nights here, and we're in warm weather doing some wrench time on this.
Yeah. So that'll be soon. So, yeah.
My car's about to get underglow. I got to put another differential in.
Ooh, exciting.
Body kit's just about done.
Yeah?
One off wide body. It's going on nice.
Well, once he's done with it, we're going to be taking some video and interviewing new cars. So
I'm down.
Stay tuned on that.
Position's at 0. I'm going to dial it up until it's 0.1. Dial it down to 0. Check idle and then dial it down as necessary.
Yeah. So that's what we pay attention to, 0. That's where we want. If we press it, it go to 100, right? And it go down and stuff. Now we still 0. So now we're gonna adjust it and make sure go to the same it was. Because this thing never idle the same way. It always like, cause it was vibrating and stuff, and it up and down, because the plate was loose. So still 0.
Still 0?
Yeah.
Real perfect.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Yeah. 100. 0, yeah. 1.7.
1.7. All right. So count it down from 1.7.
Yeah. Getting dark a little bit and getting cold. 1.1. 0. 0.8. Still 0.8. 7. Still 6. 5. 3. 2. 1. And right there, 0. Yep.
All right, we're gonna sweep it.
Try to start it.
What's it at?
100. 0.
Start it up, and then we'll do a fine tooth.
So we just got the car started. It's now idling crazy. 1100 also.
So that's a cold start. It'll get a little bit warm. Then once it's warm, we'll dial it down.
That's how it should be, right?
Yeah.
Because mine was the other way around before. It was 900 started and it went up.
Weird.
No, before. Because probably was loose.
Right, true. This could still do the same thing, but we're gonna just make sure we're at the right variable and get it warm first,
Yeah.
or at least run it for a couple seconds.
Yeah. That's fine. It's not late. So that's what we're doing, and I give you guys keep you guys posted. Yeah, so like you used to idle like after you get warm, like after you do like probably half an hour of driving, you used to idle like 1200 to 13, which I know it's high,
Right.
but it
Even
didn't
now-
bother me.
Even now, 950 to 1,000 for cold idle is more than acceptable. Normal cars are up at 1,200, 1,500.
Yeah,
So that should come down. The hotter it gets, the cooler, the lower that should go
yeah,
to like maybe I'd say 850, 860.
yeah, that's fine. So well, we're gonna test it out on Thompson like this and see, you know, you're gonna be there, so
Yeah, I'll dial,
we
if we
figure
have to
out.
dial it in, we dial it in.
Yeah, I'm glad that we find the loose motor. That would be 100% problem.
Excellent.
That was definitely a problem right there. So
Now that
That's good.
now that your car's done, I can go finish Scott's car and my car.
yeah, the gas pedal feel like mint, and yeah, so now he's gonna go and fix the car. But yeah, I think that's it for the fixing this car today.
Sounds like it.